Do it. Oh my God.
Okay.
Who are you waving to?
2, 1, go.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I am Elon, here with the Buy, Fix Up, and Rebuild the Block campaign. Joining us is co-host Christian and Kendallin. Today, we are going to be talking about digital storytelling, anti-blackness in the entertainment industry, and the importance of black media ownership. But before we get into the show, stay tuned for a short video from our sponsor, KMT Heating and Air Conditioning.
A system that's too large for your space results in wasted money up front and an inefficient system.
Honey, come here and feel this air.
Oh boy, that's warm.
I know, and I have the air conditioner turned down to 68 degrees.
You're kidding.
When the problem gets real, then so should the solution. That's why select Amana brand heating and cooling products come with a lifetime unit replacement limited warranty.
If you notice a change in how your air conditioning is running or not shutting off, you may need your AC repaired.
We need to get somebody here today.
Yeah, I was hoping to get another year out of it.
No way.
Our local team will work hard to provide you with superior service and take advantage of some of our financing options. We offer a 12-month same as cash financing solution, 919-274-7224. 919-274-7224.
All right, guys, let's start with the tea. The first sip of tea is going out to Megan Thee Stallion. Let's talk about what happened to her during the BET Awards earlier this week.
But I really want to thank BT. I want to thank the hotties. I want to thank all the beautiful women that's right here in these front rows. Black women, we are the culture. We've been the culture. And in the future, we still going to be the culture. So shout out to us.
All right, first off, they didn't have to do her like that. How do you guys feel about the video?
I think someone should have told her about the lip gloss on her teeth. I think it's kind of it shows that you don't really respect our black queens in the community. If you've ever seen her, I've seen a lot of videos of her being compared to a horse, putting horse sounds behind her audios, and I think it's just dehumanizing to our black queens.
What's your opinion? Like, do you listen to Megan Thee Stallion?
I personally don't listen to Megan Thee Stallion, but I mean, I'm not like a hardcore live or die fan of Megan Thee Stallion, but I don't listen to her music on a daily basis, but I kind of sometimes listen to it, but I don't think because of her name, Megan Thee Stallion, she should be dehumanized to a horse.
Yeah, I feel like I know they definitely went a little overboard with it. I don't know. Let's talk about anti-blackness within the 2021 Olympics.
Recently, the Olympics have banned swim caps that cater to black athletes with natural curly or kinky hair, claiming that athletes do not need oversized swimwear. Also, the Olympics are trying to permanently ban Sharik Richardson from running in the Olympics because she failed her drug test and had marijuana in her system. What do you guys feel about these events?
I personally feel like that is definitely discrimination. Black people do not have any control over how their hair grows out of their head. And we should have the option to be able to wear caps or whatever, wear, swimwear or whatever attire that they require to be in their sport, they should be able to use the attire that, works with their hair and is beneficial to them regardless. And I feel like it's very discriminatory for the Olympics to do something like that, and it's not okay. Also, the fact that Miss Richardson, she won last year. She was a very hardcore runner. Like she worked really hard to get to where she was, and she lost it, and they're trying to ban her over a plant that grows from the earth. I know that everybody has mixed feelings and mixed emotions about it, but I feel like she worked so hard to get where she is. They shouldn't have any say in what she does outside of the Olympics, especially if she's still putting in all of that effort.
And let's also not forget that she recently lost her mother, so that could have been a factor contributing to why she was smoking
in the first place.
But it's not anyone's place to judge her for that. So.
Yeah.
Well, putting that behind us, she is such a queen. But since we're talking about queens and crowns, let's give a shout out to Shemeka Ebony. She is the local representative for the Crown Act, which stands for creating respectful and open world for natural hair, a law that prohibits race-based discrimination, which is in the denial of employment or economical, educational opportunities because of their hair texture or protective styles.
All right, y'all. We're going to take another short break for our sponsor video from the Network Commerce Association.
Would you like to increase your performance in distribution and sales and marketing, in research, development, and manufacturing, and in business functions such as finance, human resources, procurement, and supply chain while leveraging technology? Or maybe you and your business need financial services. We can analyze your financials, grow your business through alliances, co-ops, mergers, or acquisitions, and we can plan your exit strategies by selling, liquidating, or implementing options such as worker cooperatives. Or maybe you just have insurance needs, life, health, disability, property and casualty, bond services, risk management services, and annuities. Network Commerce Association. Transform vision to equity.
The next sip of tea is going out to Bill Cosby, his legacy, and his allegations. Yesterday, he was released from prison after his conviction of sexual assault charges were overturned because Cosby was given a deal by a former district attorney that he said he wouldn't be prosecuted if he gave a complete or detailed account of everything that he did.
This confession was used in civil suit that many of the victims brought against him. Cosby was found guilty in this case, but because it was a civil case, jail time was not given. Years later, a new district attorney used this confession to convict Cosby. The conviction was recently overturned because of the deal the prior DA had made. So, what do you guys think about?
Well, this is really, my generation really doesn't know much about Bill Cosby. I've only seen what I've seen on social media as, people calling him a rapist and saying things about him. And I know that he hasn't been proven and there's been no proof of any of this stuff. Yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. How do you feel about it?
Well, thank you very much, Elon. I really appreciate you and Mir sharing this information with us. Uh, First of all, I want to salute the Pennsylvania Supreme Court on their vindication of Dr. Bill Cosby. This is a classic example of character association, where we have a strong black male role model who's having his character assassinated because of mitigating circumstances. Case in point, did you know that Bill Cosby was planning to purchase NBC from General Electric? Case number two, Bill Cosby led a very progressive stance on natural gas pipelines coming through a very large percentage of land that he happens to own. One of the things that Bill Cosby did is when he came up with the show, The Cosby Show, A Different World, and Fat Albert, those shows were able to reflect a strong, intelligent African-American family and role model. And the result of that is that historically black colleges all over the country received record amounts of student enrollment thanks to those shows. So what we really want to take into consideration is the lengths that the media would go to prevent positive, strong African-American role models from being successful. It amazes me how we can have videos that demonize our men, demonize our women, but when we have a strong role model that promotes college, that promotes sustainability, and promotes media, how those things are taken out of context. I believe you have two quotes. One was from Miss Felicia Rashad, and one was from Malcolm X. Do we have those?
No, we do not.
One thing that I do know was one of Bill Cosby's motivations is to impact our view and our representation of the black community, of our black people. He wanted to put a better image out onto our TV shows and into our media that shows healthy, growing black families and black students that are committing to themselves and being, loving towards their family and friends, instead of most of the media that we do have out now that is stereotypical and is becoming a trend, or is already a trend in our black communities, being degrading towards ourselves and just.
The two quotes that we had earlier, Elon, the one quote was from Felicia Rashad, who was hammered by her Twitter feed. But what she was saying is, what you're seeing, and this is what we saw Felicia Rashad say years ago, what you're seeing is the destruction of a legacy, she said at the time. And I think it's orchestrated. I don't know why or who's doing it, but it's the legacy. And it's a legacy that is so important to our culture. That was said previously by Felicia Rashad. The other one, I'd like to point out Mr. Malcolm X. Mr. Malcolm X says that the media is the most powerful entity on earth. They have the power to make the innocent guilty and make the guilty innocent. And that's power, because they control the minds of the masses. And that is one of the reasons why we're here today, to set the record straight so that we can be advocates of our own narratives and promote positivity within our community.
Yeah. One thing I did learn today is that Bill Cosby lost his son, and it was kind of a unexplained, weird tragedy. We're gonna move into our next video. Our video is going to be on mixed-use developments. One example, We Up passed.
This is WEUP Radio. It is one of maybe a handful of black-owned and operated radio stations in the entire country.
It was family. It was all about family, and it was all about if you want this to happen, you need to make it happen. It was a husband and wife owned station, Mr. Bass and Dr. Virginia Caples. They owned it. They took it from the Garretts. They bought it from the Garretts, rather.
Black owners who came up here from Birmingham with a little trailer, with radio equipment and an idea to build this station. After he did that, he started to work his plan to be the voice of the black community. Everything you see out here, Mr. Garrett built. A man who didn't finish high school, but he had the technical know-how to put all this stuff together. Owners lived up here.
Say my name, hush your mouth.
It was a full...
It's like a condo.
Yeah, it was a full apartment. And kitchen back there. Got the full bath.
It's a mixed-use development.
Living quarters. You can see out
it's well constructed. I can look at the wood. They don't use 2x8s like that anymore.
And he also was instrumental in helping to get black radio to be able to broadcast 24 hours a day. He changed the law, went to Congress, got them to change the law so that this station could broadcast 24 hours a day. And every black-owned radio station was able to do that after he went to Congress and got that done.
It was a community-based station, and everybody knew We Up. When I first got there, I found out about the slogan that they had when the Garretts had it. We Up is you. I could not stand that slogan. I thought it was so broken English. But as I got out in sales, I realized that is what people knew We Up as. So it was community-based, it was family, and everybody that worked there worked together as a unit, because in order to get things done, that's what we had to do.
What was your reason for getting it?
I wanted to own it.
That was it?
Yeah, because they were not operating it the way I would operate it.
Okay, I got you.
You agree?
I agree.
Mixed-use development is a development which blends a combination of residential, commercial, cultural, institutional, or industrial uses. It gives one building more ability to service more than one function, which is a way of the future. Building up is beneficial because we are using our land efficiently.
FCC, Federal Communications Commission, is an independent agency of the United States government that regulates communications by radio, television, wire, satellite, hours, so black people could stay updated and Leroy Garrett fought to get 24 hours time for radio, so black people could stay updated and educated on situations such as lynching and hanging. For example, in 1958, the statistics of lynching in Alabama was 299 people in a year.
Radio stations couldn't run for 24 hours a day because of the sundown town rules. Black people were allowed to pass through the day or go into shops, but they had to be gone by nightfall. Black people were allowed to pass through the day or go into shops, but they had to be gone by nightfall.
All right, you guys, we are going to take one last quick break for our sponsor, KMT Heating and Air Conditioning.
Install Amana brand HVAC systems. No matter how hard they try to make these blend in with any home, they still stand out. That's because, unlike the rest, Amana brand systems are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA. And that really stands out.
And take advantage of some of our financing options. We offer a 12-month same as cash. We have 7 and 10-year terms. 919-274-7224.
All right, we're gonna take a look at this video on digital storytelling.
I'll read the next parts.
This is the Good Brother Doctor here in Reedsville, North Carolina, with the team from NC 100, where their goal is to imagine that in terms of how we can buy, fix up, and rebuild the block. And these brilliant students here have shown us areas of Reedsville that they'd like to be built up. The name of this road is called, what's it called, John? Hollerberry. And somebody tell us about this area and what is it about this area that you imagine that you would like to see fixed up. We will start one person at a time.
So today was pretty exciting. So one thing that I eventually would love to see the students do in conjunction with our interns and the rest of our staff and our board is tell these stories that have been happening here in Rockingham County. There's some really great things happening. People doing really great nonprofit work. They're doing mission-focused work. They have authentic relationships with the people that institutions want to support. And I want them to be able to tell those stories from their perspective and let people kind of see like how they think about these stories and what's going on, and then be able to tell like a broader perspective, larger vision story about, you know, how an adult or business person might understand what's going on.
Learn a great deal about each other from our smartphones, tablets, and computers.
Okay, so can someone tell me what is digital storytelling? Yes, my test. Podcasts, commercials, video games, internet, YouTube, TikTok, what else? Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, social media. So all of those are things that people create, right? Do you see yourself, have you ever seen yourself in one of those images? Well, that's what we're here today for.
And we're working on the Raleigh Rural Reedsville Initiative, and we created a campaign a little over a year ago where we call it the Block Campaign, where we focused on 3 areas: buy back, fix up, and rebuild the block. We also came here in Reedsville and had the honor to meet Miss Portia Paris and Mr. Merrill Holloway, who happens to be the executive director of the NC 100. And we were talking about the block, and the kids today that just said, listen, Dr. Alanubia, I really have to show you something. I said, because we have a campaign called Imagine That, where we challenge the kids to use their imagination to envision what they want their community to look like. And they kept saying to me, Dr. Alanubia, I have to show you the block. Now, it was ironic to me because the name of our campaign is the block. So we came through, we walked through the cold, and we got all the way across the railroad tracks, and after we left Reedsville Foundation, and they showed us this whole strip that you see all of this, okay? This whole strip, okay? All the way from that red building right there, down here, this is the African American Business District.
What would you like to see here?
I would like to see a place for the poor to sleep or eat.
I would like to see like more fun places.
I would like to see a mall.
I would like to have better restaurants, even though because other places closed down because it's bad.
I would like to see a Starbucks. I would like to see a place for kids just to hang out.
Where you going, sir? Where you going, sir?
I would like to see more parks.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. Who else haven't we got?
You.
I would like to see, stuff that was here back in the day rebuilt so, older people can get that nostalgia.
Okay, wonderful, 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 wonderful. And how soon do you want the spaces built for the homeless people?
Next few months. There's a lot of them out there.
Okay, do you want to participate in the design?
Would be nice.
Okay. Can you imagine yourself participating in the design? Okay. You? Yes. How about yourself? All right then.
Hello guys, we are back, and these are the statements we'll be talking about for the last videos. Digital storytelling, at its most basic core, is a practice of using computer-based tools to tell stories. Social media sites can also be used for digital storytelling to write and share stories to others by posting your stories and information that can be enlightening to our communities.
So, Eli, how do you think we could use digital storytelling to promote TooMuchTV or the TMT Youth Community Foundation?
I believe that digital storytelling is one of our biggest powers that we have, especially as a youth. We have all this technology to tell these stories to everybody, to everyone. I believe that we should use social media to help gain support, more eyes, more hands, and get more people involved in Buy, Fix Up, and Rebuild Block and TMT Youth Community Foundation. So we can make a bigger difference and we can educate more children and get our community to a better place.
Yes, I agree. I think we could use it to spread our outreach, definitely. We're not really prominent on platforms like Instagram right now, Twitter, but we will make sure we get this up and running for you guys so we can get our digital storytelling up in par.
All right, guys, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please show some love to our Facebook and YouTube at TMT Youth Community Foundation. I'll see you guys next Friday.
Bye.